Yeah, I feel like commercially, it's definitely like the last year has been. I mean, Jesus, just Kendrick and SZA.
Yeah.
Kendrick and SZA.
But those are people that understand it at a high level.
No, for sure. And but it's like almost like this weird space where it's like, okay, then Drake drops Nokia and everyone loves the song, but it's not like
Great song.
It's a great song. But I feel like in LA at least, or any of my rap buddies, they don't want to like it too much. Because it's so good.
Well, I think the beef between Drake and Kendrick kind of caused a divide between a lot of things. Like, even in the songwriter community. It's certain, like, songwriters that fuck with one artist
that makes sense.
that won't work with the other one because they know that person. Like, it's a heavy thing.
There is a real still divide. Like, there was a situation recently that I won't say the names of, but let's say person A who had a beef with Drake.
I think I know what you're talking about.
They had a VIP room reserved at a strip club.
And couldn't get in there.
No, they reserved it. They're there all the time. By the way, person A that I'm talking about is a fucking superstar level human in the music industry. Person B, maybe not a superstar level person, but very close to a main guy in the big beef, comes in and says, hey, we want to take the VIP room. The strip club says, it's already for so-and-so.
That's why I said they couldn't get in there.
Right. And so, yeah, it's like this weird thing where it's like, okay. And I happened to go that night and I didn't know how, because I've been pretty critical of Drake on Twitter.
Yeah, you didn't know how powerful he was.
No. I didn't know how, I ran into his people. And I wasn't sure until I saw them and they were cool. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I know I've been dogging out Drake on Twitter. What's good, guys?
Yeah.
I'm just being, bluntly honest about the whole
situation. Real talk, man. I think
it has changed music though. I think it's almost like I think Drake catching Nokia is great, and as long as he just keeps on putting hit records, it'll. I just don't think it'll ever be the same.
He's Drake, dog.
He's Drake, but it'll never be the same for a certain aspect and portion of hip hop fans.
Here's the thing, right? And I said this once before: it's culture versus commerce.
For sure.
I think Kendrick's problem. Well, and I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for Kendrick.
Right.
I think Kendrick's problem was some people of commerce come into our culture and turn it to commerce. Right? And this is a thing that's ours. This is something we should be able to have control over.
Right.
And at any given moment should we be looking at each other asking, how did this happen for somebody we didn't agree with to be here? Not saying that was Drake or whatever it may be.
For sure.
Right? I think when culture becomes commerce, the person of culture at that time stood on it. And he said, man, this is our thing. This is what we're standing on.
And also pointed out a lot of like obvious things that people just overlooked the whole time because they were like, the commerce part will make people overlook a lot of shit.
A lot of things. And I think Dot took it back to culture and just back to, hey man, we just rapping. It's the essence of the bars, the sports. It's not about the hits. It's not about none of this. It's a friendly, like he said, it's a friendly fade. Let's keep it that way.
He did say that.
Right? It's a friendly fade. Let's keep it that way. And then it went somewhere else. And then when it goes somewhere else, now you're allowing something to happen to go further. And the thing about West Coast niggas is we professional crash out artists. So the minute that you invite the crash out,
it's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. And then the Super Bowl happens.
Come on now. The greatest Super Bowl performance of all time, if you ask me.
I agree. And I know that it's a polarizing performance, but I think it was very much like it was art.
Yeah.
Which is what...
Deeper than art, it was the story of the black experience in America.
Encapsulated in a 15-minute...
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Every bar I write, like my verse on the Exhibit album is about the black experience in America.
For sure.
I identify when I write with the black experience in America. I'm always trying to make people think about the black experience in America. So if you're going to glorify killing a nigga, then nigga, you got to go glorify doing them 30 years.
Right.
You got to glorify doing that life because that's what come with it. Don't just tell one side of the story. Tell the whole experience.
Right.
And what Kendrick did at the Super Bowl, right, for the NFL national television,
I think the most
biggest
viewers
stage ever.
Oh, well, the most viewers ever
biggest
on a
thing
halftime
ever.
show. Yeah,
Eagles, Chiefs, right? He told our story from the black experience. Man, if you hating on that, you hate yourself.
yeah. It was funny because it was like there was either people who were Drake fans who said it was overrated and trash. So that's like one bucket of people. Then there was people who just didn't get it because they're like not
So I talk
generic music fans, but the hip hop heads or the people who were really like culturally astute, they were like, "Yo, this is fucking brilliant."
I talked to a friend of mine who actually works at the NFL, and she's a white lady,
Yeah,
not of the same ethnicity, and she said she didn't understand. She went to the rehearsals, and she seen the whole thing, and she just thought it was incredible. She didn't even know the storyline and everything, and then when it happened. And she seen the storyline hit the internet and all these different
was like,
things.
"Oh my God."
She was like, wow, I didn't know this. But it brought awareness to things she didn't know to where she went and looked into certain things. And she was texting me like, yo, I never knew this happened.
Right.
I never knew Samuel Jackson was bringing this up because of such and such and such and such. This was an educational moment for the world.
for sure.
It wasn't just for us. It was for the world. And I salute bro for standing on that stage and lending his platform to us.
Just all of the like trends that came at it, the Not Like Us dance at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Everybody was doing that shit, bro.
Everybody was wearing jeans for 2 months.
Everybody had the
straight,
Canadian tuxedo.
doing TikToks.
Oh my goodness, crazy.
But
crazy.
that's culture.
Yeah.
culture.
Did you ever? Because you've been in the studio with so many artists. What's been the one artist you were able to be in the lab with, where the music didn't come out on the other side, but you were just like, was it Kendrick? Was it? I mean, I know you've been in with a lot of people.
A song I did with
No,
somebody,
even
or
if you're just
being
in the studio with somebody, helping out, or just fly on the wall in the room, like.
Man, I would say Dre.
Yeah, Dre'd probably be the one, right?
I would say Dre, even though there's more probably names that would be entertaining for the internet if I said it, but to be honest, it would be Dre because Dre has this attention to detail.
I've heard I heard it's damn near annoying.
For me,
because he's such a perfectionist.
For me, it wasn't annoying because I was trying to understand the idea of where he was going with it, and there was a certain thing he was hearing to where what I figured out was he was hearing the music as an engineer, how the listener's going to hear it. And I'm thinking how I want to rap it.
Right.
So he gave me a way to say it.
So he'll tell you, say it this way. Say it this way.
Yeah. And he gave me a way to say it based off how the listener will receive it. And when I seen that, I was like, damn, like, he pays attention to.
Now, I heard he's on it in a different way, like a one of one, detail oriented,
very
producer.
detailed, and it'll inspire you. Like it'll have you like, damn, I'm not taking my music serious enough, or I'm not thinking about certain things. Like you'll be in the studio with Dre, and it'll be like these speakers, these big ass speakers on the wall, and it's just like you like, man, why all these speakers in here? And he like, man, every pocket of that speaker got a reason.
That's fire.
You know what I'm saying? That's the bass, that's the treble, that's this, woo-woo. So when you mixing, like, how does it sound when it's coming out that top part of the speaker? How does it sound when it come out the bottom part? Or like he's intricate with it, like all the way.
What are your obviously somebody who you mentioned earlier who doesn't have a issue putting out music is our friend Lil Russell.
Yeah, shout out to Lil Russell.
I don't know how many albums he has now, but it's
I think he's on 40.
Something like that. But he's also somebody who's like, you know, fuck, man, Lil Russell's a special guy, man. Like,
yeah.
He's kind of...
I literally was just watching a video of him talking to this lady who was, I guess she was a business owner at the theater he was booked at, and she was complaining about the noise. And he just went over there like so humbly trying to talk to her, and the lady was just being a complete asshole, like entitled to having a business next door. Like, lady, you're next door to a fucking concert.
What do you think was gonna happen?
What do you think is gonna happen?
Yeah.
But I salute dude, bro, just for being a good person. You know, like a lot of people know this. I said it before. My mom lives by La Russell. Like, I got family that's in that same neighborhood. It's so many times that my aunt called me and be like, yeah, I just ate at Momo's. La Russell paid for everybody.
That's fire.
You know what I mean? Or he took care of breakfast for everybody today, or whatever it may be. So I just salute, bro. Like, he just a good person at heart, make great music, great rapper, and I love what he got going on.